Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, November 8th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I utilize the power of cosmic flow. And today, I'm not saying that everything's going to get better, but I am saying that we have a very bright, light energy that's going to be working us for the next 13 months as Jupiter moves into Sagittarius. Hooray! Hooray! Cheers all around. I wish I had sound effects because I would put in like the cheers. Now, this is going to be a very important transit because we still are going to have a lot of intensity going on in the astro. You're still going to feel the intensity. However, Jupiter in Sagittarius is giving us a bright spot to focus on, to focus our energy on, to work with, to help keep pulling ourselves like into the light as these other energies continue to work with us. So we're going to dig into this. The first thing I want to mention is the last time that Jupiter was in Sagittarius was 2006, 2007. So just looking back to that time, what was going on in your life at that time? Do you remember any of the good that was happening for you at that time? So tuning into that energy, as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow, I lived in a place I really loved and I was very abundant at that time. And I was also really digging into my spiritual work, higher learning. So it was a really good time for me and led to all of this. So that's one of the topics is the higher learning. This is a really good time for higher learning to educate your spiritual self. Now, with every planet, with every energy, there's always the highs and the lows. One of the things we need to look at with Jupiter in Sagittarius is the energy of belief. Belief is so important. How good can you stand it? Because truly, with Jupiter in Sagittarius, that's as good as it's going to get. Like, what can you aim for? And can you believe that you can receive these really good things? Can you believe that you are deserving and worthy of the really good things? We've been working on the worth. Well, here's one reason why. Because you have to believe that you're worthy of it in order to really receive it. How good can you stand it? And I think one of the things that we'll notice is like when good things start happening, you're like, oh no, where's the other shoe? Is the other shoe going to drop? This is the time to work to sort out those beliefs where we're like, oh, the good things, they can't stay, they don't last. Of course, the Wheel of Fortune is always happening. There's always the ups and the downs, but you are worthy of good things. I'm telling you that you're worthy of good things. Again, when going into the higher education, higher perspective energy, Sagittarius loves the energy of truth. So there is going to be a lot of people standing on their soapboxes being like, this is the truth. I have said many times, as a Sagittarius myself, I believe the only truth that I have actually found is the truth of love. In all of my seeking for truth, I have found many pathways that feel vibrationally sound with my beliefs. But could I call them truth? And is it truth for everybody? No, but love. Love holds that power, that ultimate vibration of truth for me. That may be different for you, and that's okay too. What we need to be aware of is that people get very fierce in defending their beliefs. People get very fierce when defending dogma. Higher education, higher learning. For some, that is around religion and science, which, religion and science, there's a lot of clashes. Well, you can't prove it, there's no facts, all of that stuff that comes up. This may be stuff that people really hold on to. You who are watching this, who are in this vibration, this alignment, what I encourage you to do is hold the perspective of possibilities. I always like to say, I never know enough to say that I know fully, and in my life, there are things that I can put the boundary on and be like, I know enough that this is not for me, and so I'm not saying that don't do that, but it's always holding space for the infinite possibilities of knowing there's information beyond the information that you know, and just being able to hold that creates that space, and we really want to hold that, create that space. Sagittarius is the sign of the centaur, and you usually see the centaur with the bow and arrow, taking that aim. So Sagittarius, Jupiter and Sagittarius, Jupiter amplifying these energies is a beautiful time to take that aim. What are you hunting in your life? What is it that you're wanting? What game are you wanting to bring in your life? This is the opportunity to focus on that, to enlighten yourself by focusing on that energy. Now, I always encourage you to focus in a general sense, just because sometimes we get so focused on something, like this is my truth. Again, there's the truth, there's the belief thing. You get so focused on it that you edge out what is around it. So as much as you can, it's like holding that higher perspective, holding the larger perspective, letting the universe fill in the details, knowing that the universe also wants the highest and the best for you. When we hold space for the universe, really good things happen. And again, Jupiter in Sagittarius wants to bring us really good things. I will remind you again, how good can you stand it? Because that's as good it's going to get. And one of the things to keep coming around to is your belief of how good you deserve it, and how good can you stand it, and just noticing that. So another thing that I want to bring up with Jupiter in Sagittarius is the party scene. Oh my gosh, Jupiter is all down for a party, and in Sagittarius, absolutely 100%. What we really want to be aware of is, again, the too much. Jupiter can definitely go on the level of too much. We want to really respect our liver, respect our body. In fact, a really good word for Jupiter in Sagittarius beyond truth would be integrity. So it's like staying in integrity in regards to your body. Now, I have to say, I was so excited on the timing of this book coming out. It's The Liver Rescue by Medical Medium. The reason why I was so excited is he's like talking about the liver in there. And he's like, the liver is such a big deal. It's like a whale jumping out of the ocean, or like, that kind of thing. Like, that's the energy of the liver in the body. It has so much for us. Well, Sagittarius rules the liver. How funny is that? Because, when we go overboard, too much food, too much party, too much alcohol, it really is the liver that has to take it on. Let us be kind to our livers. So I highly recommend this book through this transit, because this is literally so perfect. It's such a good time to be in integrity with your body. Listening to it. I'm not saying don't have fun. Absolutely, 100% have fun, engage, enjoy, have pleasure in your life. 100%. Just be aware of the tendency with Jupiter in Sagittarius to be like, a little bit's good, so a lot of it's a lot better. You don't have to have a lot of it to have the enjoyment. And I want to make you aware of this, especially because, like I said, the intense astro is going to keep going. We are going to be heating up. We are set for, 5 eclipses again in 2019. Hey, yay! So, and we're building into that Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which is, I think, what a lot of the last couple of years, the intense astro has been building us into, that intensity that's coming. So the challenges are going to keep coming. We don't need to escape. We want to be present, and we want to keep reaching for the light. And when you're, too far gone and not grounded in yourself, you see that centaur and it has the 4 legs grounded as the, I guess it's the 2 legs grounded as the rest of the centaur is taking the aim. I was imagining a person riding a centaur, but no. Half human, half horse. So we want to take that aim, but we want to be grounded at the same time. So that's a very important thing to remember in and through this. Again, I just want to show you these cards. Here's the traveling card. This card could represent travel, and Jupiter in Sagittarius could be a beautiful, amazing time to travel. Sagittarius is all about traveling, seeing the world, and Jupiter loves to expand your vision. And what better way to understand what's going on in the world than to travel and go it? But that's not just about that. Traveling is also about expanding your mind and expanding your creativity. Again, seeing things from the higher perspective, the possibility perspective. That's very important in and through this time. Not getting too caught up in truth, dogma, and belief. Yes, honor your beliefs, but hold that space for something more. I think dogma is one of the things that we really need to be very vigilant about, because a lot of dogma is, and which is why we had Jupiter and Scorpio beforehand, a lot of that is about closing us off to the possibilities. And a lot of those things were about kind of closing us off from our ultimate power. So just be very aware of those things coming up. You may have some shifts through the next 13 months around that. Speaking of which, I love Today, with this shift, the moon shifts just a few hours after Jupiter shifts into Sagittarius. The moon will move into Sagittarius. So the first Jupiter connection in Sagittarius is with the moon. And the moon's like, hey, let me show you what's hidden. So you may have, in this first little bit, Jupiter at 0 degrees, that transformational energy, beliefs coming to the forefront, things coming to the forefront saying, hey, this is one of those things that you've been carrying around. It's kind of like carrying some dirty garbage around with you in your belief sector. Time to throw that out. Time to throw out that old dogma. Time to throw out that old belief and make a shift. And again, remember, how good can you stand it? How good can you take this life? How the better it gets, the better it gets. How much better can you allow it to be? And look at this card that we have with it. It is the success card. When you can hold these energies, when you can hold the light. I highly recommend getting a reading about Jupiter just so you can dig into your personal chart to see where it's really focusing your energies at this time. I'm also going to do something for my patron group, so you can always join that. So again, moon's going to come up. Join up with Jupiter and Sagittarius and help us, unleash anything that has been hidden. This is, again, why we worked with the Scorpio energy, because we wanted to, go through the darkness so that we're carrying so much light. Of course, there's always going to be more stuff there. So realizing there's always the more there to sort through, but keep rising. Keep aiming through this. Last thing I want to mention. We've had super strong Scorpio. We have really strong Capricorn energy. Definitely in the period of winter, astrologically, with some of the stuff that's going on, like the intensity, a lot of dying, a lot of falling off. But Jupiter in Sagittarius is the promise of spring. It is the promise of good things. And so we really do want to utilize these energies. The other two cards that I want to show you that I have is the stress card and the outsider card. This, to me, is you looking at your bright future. These are those beliefs that are blocking it. So your work right now, especially with that moon, is just noticing where you hold yourself back from the really good things in life. And I'll see if I can find something to post about that, because I think there's a good post about that in there somewhere. The other card is the stress. And I think this is what happens when we have too much and we're not listening to our bodies. Again, listen to your body. Respect your liver. Have fun. Enjoy. Love that this happens right around, holiday time. But be vigilant to your body speaking to you. That will help you be grounded and be present. To finish up, I pulled a card from the Keeper of the Light. Since we are going to be the seekers of the light in and through this, I did a patron thing about that. And I pulled Gaia. So this is who has your back in and through this. Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth. Stay grounded. Stay grounded in and through this. Even as you reach for the infinite possibilities. Even as you have the pleasure and joy and fun of the Sagittarius energy. The message is you are blessed to receive the Great Mother card because it shows that the Earth itself, through the image of Gaia, is protecting your path. You are strong, focused, loving individual. Stay grounded. Don't allow your imagination, ego, or fears to run away with you. Ensure your choices are for the highest good. That's always a good thing when we're taking the aim. For the highest good of all. Gaia is also bringing her motherly love to you, encircling you in a cocoon of peace. If you have had troubles with a mother in your life or feeling disconnected from or grieving your own mother, Gaia helps revitalize that connection and bring healing where that is possible. If you are a mother and worrying about these duties, know that Gaia is thanking you for your hard work and commitment. The Earth is blessed to have you. So we have Gaia support as a keeper of the light in and through this. So that is it for today. Happy Jupiter in Sagittarius. Woohoo! You can book the Jupiter reading with me by emailing me, mimiclark@gmail.com. I'm going to be coming out with my 2019 readings very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Any other readings, email me. The better it gets, the better it gets. There is enough love in the world for you. Jupiter and Sagittarius, no lack. Focusing on abundance, focusing on the belief of the good. And besides that, you have the power. Namaste.